Hey, free spirits, Dave and Wendy here. So we're getting ready to set up our Springbar Skyliner tent on our new flat surface, our new deck gazebo setup for our new backyard campsite. So we'll show you the hardware that Dave's been collecting.
Yeah, we're not going to make you watch the whole thing.
No.
But what we're doing now is we have the tarp that goes under it, and we're lining it up to get it where we want the tent to go, figuring out how far we need to attach the mounting hardware and
what kinds of mounting hardware we're going to use.
We'll show you what we're going to use and what we're going to try.
So we'll just keep you posted as we go along.
Yep.
And see what works, and hopefully everything will work.
So the tent is a 10 by 14. So the tarp is 14 by 10. It is pretty much the exact size as the bottom of the tent. And this deck area is 16 feet. And we should have about 12 feet at least front to back of the tent. And obviously the front of the tent is going to be where the door is.
So this is how unlevel it was, if this is the first video. So we certainly needed someplace level and flat to put the tent up. So we're very excited to start our new camping season here.
And we also have the Springbar Stormfly, which we have not even unboxed yet. So figuring out how to set it up for the first time with the deck and the Stormfly. And you could see there's not a lot of room to walk around the sides, but hopefully there's just enough room to stand up here and erect the tent. Twelve and a half.
Another new backyard campsite adventure for us. We're very eager. As strange as it may sound, but I'm sure you all can relate. We're very eager to come and hang out outside, sleep outside, cook outside.
36.
Relax, have fun.
Okay. So we're setting up the tent on the canvas and aligning it up and seeing where the stake would normally go. And if you want to,
let's see if I want to show one of your.
So for the front of the tent, what we are going to do is I got these little brackets which will screw on and then hook on here like this. And then I'll be able to pull the other three sides with a rope or some kind of line. And we got anchors for like docks.
Nautical cleats.
Nautical cleats to be able to pull the rope and then tie it all up so we could have the necessary strength. So we'll see how that works.
So these will go on the four in the front.
Yep. And we didn't want to spend tons of money on hardware that we weren't even sure was going to work. So at some point there needs to be tension. So we'll see. We'll see if my idea works. Yeah. We're pretty excited.
Yeah, and if you guys have ever done this, let us know how you guys did it. Because the Skyliner tent is a little bit different in that it doesn't have grommets. It actually has these hooks. which actually I think might make it easier. So we've been putting our thinking caps on since we started designing the deck to think about how the best way to do that. And everybody's circumstance is different. But we've seen a lot of people put their tents on decks now to get them up off the ground, of course, but haven't really seen any other ways of attaching them or this particular kind of tent. So thanks for chilling out with us while we figure it out.
So that's the middle. So this is what we decided. I'm going to center these on the planks because they need to be taut once installed. I'm going to put 2 bolts on this side on all of them so they're lined up exactly where they need to be. Then I'll have to take these carbiners off and then I'll put the other 2 bolts in. So that's what we're doing now. I'm drilling a pilot hole. These are lag bolts, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, move on to the next. So I have the 2 bolts here. To get this off, the tension has to be released once the tent is actually fully done, because you have to pull it a little bit to get it off the carbiner. And then I'll put the other bolts in. I'll do that for all of them.
Excellent. Well, those definitely are heavy duty. We get some pretty high winds in here. Those will certainly hold it. Yeah, we're watching you. Nice.
Bird. Sounds like Abby
Sounds like Abby. I know. I just
crying.
thought the same thing. It's like, okay, so all the front ones are put in. And how much did you say those were?
I think they were $60 or $65 for 4. I forget. If you're interested, I'll send you links. But well, we could put links in the description.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to make sure it works before I start
Right.
telling people about my great idea.
But that's part of the joy of sharing it, is so we all learn together. Let's come around and see what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Okay, Dave's putting the cleats on.
So I made a diagonal, and I'm putting a cleat here. And I have some 1,000-pound rated. It's sort of like 550 cord, but it's 1,000 cord. So supposedly this holds something like 600 or like 800 working pounds, 1,000-pound breaking strength. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Let's give it a shot. And you're putting one for every one?
Yeah, I've got 8 cleats. So I've got 4 corners, and the rest I'll just stake out for now. If the idea works, I'll get more cleats.
Awesome. I'm pretty excited to sleep out here. We got to finish our testing out our Big Agnes pad. We started to test it out in our basement. Fared pretty well. But we'll do a separate follow-up video on the Big Agnes sleeping mat. It definitely radiates the warmth. We slept on the concrete floor. So now we'll test it out here on the deck, in the tent. But what I will say is, it's definitely not as big as our queen size air mattress. It's definitely made for snuggling. But it kept me warm. It kept us warm. That basement floor is very cold. There's Abby checking out the new scene, wondering what's going on. So that's one of the reasons for our testing in our backyard, because Abby's not used to camping, so we're going to break her in the backyard. And the house is just a few steps up the path.
I'm going to have to, oh, are you recording?
Go ahead.
I'm going to have to read up on my nautical knots.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
But for now,
we need to know our knots. I don't think that's it.
No. No, but there's a special.
Yes, there is.
There's a special way to do these so they come off easy.
And then, so they also stay tight, though.
And so they stay tight. And I don't remember.
Yes, there is.
I don't remember for sure how to do it.
Yeah, I don't know knots or knot names, so I must educate myself as well.
I know that that's not it.
We'll review that knot later. So the only other thing was the rubbing against the side of the deck. If it was sharp, the edge. So we'll have to watch that.
And I forgot I was going to measure the length of that cord because I need to cut more. But now I'll have to do it again. I think I'm going to do this corner.
Abby's enjoying her big meaty bone, raw meaty bone. She's definitely in her happy place. Yeah, and all those will have to be adjusted because once we put the tent up, we won't know exactly where it's going to pull and how far. So we'll adjust those cords accordingly. I forgot how much of a hill this is every time I walk over here. Okay, Dave's got everything tied down, anchored down. Now we're going to put the fly on before setting it up the rest of the way. So for the Springbar tent, the rain fly actually comes with a zipper in the center that zips to the pole. And so you can just put it on right before the tent goes up. This is the first time we've ever used it, tried it, so we're learning along the way.
Well, we have the tent on the deck.
Very excited. Very exciting.
Now we'll walk around and show you the hookup. We're not 100% happy with the results, so we might try to figure out something better. You'll see that the bottom of the tent does pull up off the ground a little bit, which is the nature of these kinds of Springbar tents. But I think it would be there might be a better solution. I think it'll work fine, but we're concerned a little bit about water getting underneath, stuff like that. So we'll show you what it looks like.
So yeah, it does pulls up quite a bit. I was worried about water getting underneath there.
And
I'll have to come in around from the other side. Let's go around the other way. So yeah, I'm already talking about footitis, like not having enough room on the side to walk around. Like, oh, we should have added another 2 feet.
But the cleat things worked as I thought. We'll walk around the other side and show you where it's a little easier to see. And we also use just stakes. This side works really well.
Yeah, that came out great.
So I might get more cleats for here.
But as you can see,
But this side, this is,
and it's not.
this is actually not too bad. But these corners,
Yeah, it's like really lifted up there.
And I'm just not sure. And that whole hookup is not working as well as I had hoped. So,
And actually, I was concerned a little bit about that anyway with this design, with the big carabiners and it not laying flat, etc. So we weren't really sure, if it was going to work or how we wanted to do it. So,
but we have a tent up on our deck,
which I'm very, very excited about.
And we're going to enjoy it.
To
We'll sit in the tent and look up other solutions to make it a little better.
Contemplate our options. And it is nice to have a screened-in space to come out in the morning and have breakfast, coffee.
And apparently, there's a big, gigantic rock all under this area, so I couldn't even get a stake in good there.
Oh, uh-oh.
It poked all around, but...
Well, I guess maybe we'll need a cleat for that side.
Well, yeah, well...
So yes, this is our first stab at it. and figuring out, what to do with what the what to do with the fly. But it's really such a short distance to walk right into the door, which is very, very nice.
And I'm not sure what the solution would be, but I was able to get this up with a very little amount of space, but I need to extend this further, and there's not a lot of room to really extend it out and push it up like you would if you were just on the ground. So I might be able to do it from here, but we'll see. I'm tired.
Yep. It's been
Had a hard day.
And of course we have to roll up the fly when we use the stove.
Yeah. And we got the fly. It's pretty awesome.
It's primarily just to keep the debris from all these trees.
Just to protect it. They show in the video about rolling it up out of the way. There's not really a place. There are some things up there to tie it up on this side. So not sure exactly what we're going to do, but this is I don't have this guide out either yet. I thought I might have to extend a piece of wood out to put the poles for this, but maybe it'll just work here. Not sure yet.
So as always, we always welcome your suggestions. And we're just people who enjoy sleeping outside and wanted to set up a campsite, not necessarily like content creators, if you will. It's just sharing our journey and the joy in our journey and the things that we're excited to do, and trial and error. But otherwise, we're pretty excited to be on a flat surface.
Yep. Thanks for joining us on our crazy adventures. And we're excited to share with you our first night in the tent on flat, level ground.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. And keep in mind, too, there are a lot of solutions that we could have, like just bolting it down. But we want to also be able to go camping and easily take it down. And if you're screwing something into wood over and over again, it's going to strip the wood eventually. So we didn't want to do that. So any ideas, please share in the comments below.
And yeah, we didn't really want too much space on the sides either. So hopefully this will hold up to the winds and the storms here, and we'll certainly let you know. But we're very excited.
And here's our view of our beautiful garden in progress.
In process. And all the birds are going to sleep. And now it's time for us to have dinner.
Thanks for hanging out and joining us. I'm Dave, and that's Wendy.
And remember, everyone, the word journey begins and ends with the word joy.